We received a comment like this. Show Crimea and what Ukraine has done over 30 years of independence, asks Lilia. Lilia, I'll tell you everything now. What the Ukrainian SSR did, then Ukraine from 1954 to 2014. The main thing is don't get confused, Lilia, I'll be quick. So that you're aware, in case you didn't know this. So, until 1954, Crimea was in ruins after World War II. Almost half of the houses were destroyed. There was a shortage of water, food, and electricity. The cities were neglected, people were leaving. In Feodosia, for example, by 1953, only one residential building had been restored. Just think about it, only one. There were only 3 bread shops on the entire peninsula, just 3. The economy was declining. Lilia, you probably didn't know. In 1954, Crimea was transferred to Ukraine. It wasn't a gift from Khrushchev, as people say. It was a decision to save the region, which the RSFSR at that time could no longer support, and Ukraine immediately got to work. Construction begins. Schools, houses, kindergartens, roads. Agriculture begins to recover. Thousands of hectares of vineyards and orchards are being planted. The largest project is the North Crimean Canal. It was built in 20 years. In 1963, Dnipro water started flowing to Crimea. The canal, 402 kilometers long, supplied up to 1.88 billion cubic meters of water per year. The irrigated land increased 8-fold. Just think about it, from 40 to more than 300,000 hectares. Crimea started growing rice, greens, vegetables, and fruits. And there's more, Lilia. You haven't gotten lost here yet, have you? At the same time, industry was developing. In Armyansk, there was the Crimean Titan plant, the largest titanium dioxide production in Eastern Europe. Think about it, Lilia. In Krasnoperekopsk, there's the soda plant, which covered 80% of Ukraine's soda needs. Factories for the production of iodine, bromine, and chemicals appeared. Shipbuilding, instrument engineering, and electronics plants were being built. In Yevpatoria, the Mission Control Center for the entire USSR was built. And this was after 1954, Lilia. The energy sector was modernized. Simferopol thermal power plant, connecting to the Ukrainian power grid and building transmission lines. In 2011, the largest solar power plant in Europe was built near Simferopol, Parova. 100 megawatts of capacity. The development of transportation is a separate story, Lilia. Roads have been laid and reconstructed all over the peninsula. A trolleybus line from Simferopol to Yalta was built, 86 kilometers, the longest in the world. The railway has been electrified. The stations have been modernized. The Simferopol airport was built. The seaports developed. Yalta, Sevastopol, Kerch, the cities of Crimea were rebuilt from scratch. More than 1 million square meters of housing were built in Simferopol. The population of the peninsula increased 2.5 times, from 1 million to 2.4 million people. Completely new cities appeared: Armyansk, Krasnoperekopsk, and Shcholkino. Schools, hospitals, universities, all of this was built during the Soviet and Ukrainian periods. A university was opened in Simferopol, a medical institute, an agricultural institute. More than 70% of homes were connected to gas. In 2013 alone, more than 5 billion hryvnias were allocated from the Ukrainian budget for healthcare and education in Crimea. But they don't tell you about this, Lilia. Now you know. But that's not all. And most importantly, Crimea became healthier. More than 140 sanatoriums, boarding houses, and resorts, up to 8 million tourists a year. Mud therapy, children's camps, prevention. This is the achievement of Ukraine and the Ukrainian SSR. The conclusion is simple. From 1954 to 2014, Crimea went from ruins to a developed region, with factories, mines, resorts, roads, canals, and solar power plants. Without Ukrainian water, electricity, people, and investments, this would have been impossible. Ukraine didn't just accept Crimea. It rebuilt it, Lilia. Now you'll know. And don't thank me, and later don't say you didn't know, Lilia.